Alright, well this is not normally how we would start off a vlog. Normally we would be starting off a vlog with an obnoxious amount of driving B-roll, or me hiking up a trail B-roll, or some other kind of B-roll. But you know what? I wasn't sure if I was going to be shooting a video today, so I didn't get the camera out as I've been out scouting, but I decided that we are going to shoot some kind of video today. This is probably not going to be my best effort, but today was really just kind of a scouting trip. I wasn't sure if I was going to be taking any photos, but I did find something and I did want to take a photo. So I figured, what the heck, let's get the camera out and let's just do it in the moment, shall we? That's the beauty of making videos and vlogs, is you can start in the middle of your day and nobody is really going to care. And if you do care, well, then you're a snob. But we're going to move past that. And so let's just jump right into it here. Got my 7D Mark II with my 18 to 135 setup. Careful on this road bank here, and you probably can't see it, but back here we've got some aspen trees, and the fall leaves have begun to turn. It has been kind of a weird fall color season. I was just talking to an elderly couple that drove past me, and they were like, "Well, I think we're a week late," and I'm just like, "I honestly can't tell. This has been such a weird fall. It's been really hot, and then all of a sudden the colors start changing. So it is really cars driving past me, so that's why the awkward little wave. So it's been a weird fall, but we are up here today. We are out on just a random county road that I saw on Google Maps, and I decided to come out and explore this area and see if I could find anything. Do a little bit of photo scouting, and take my chances. I had intended to do some kind of sunset. My brain is fried, guys. I've been working so hard these last few weeks. I had intended to do kind of a sunset shoot out at this spot called, it's either called Cathedral Park or Cathedral Point. I'm not sure. I'll throw it up somewhere on here. Anyway, it's this really cool kind of overlook, nice views of this valley, and these really cool rock formations, kind of cliff areas. And it was, I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe we can get a good sunset photo out there. But if you look, if you look up above me, do you see what I see, or do you see what I don't see? Yeah, there's no clouds, none. They're AWOL, and it makes me upset. So I've abandoned that idea. I may come back to that next week or in a couple weeks, but for now I've just decided I'm just going to be driving up and down these roads and just see if I can find any kind of cool forest photos. Sorry about the brightness, guys. Let me see if I can darken this down a little bit. There we go. To see if I can find any cool kind of photos with the aspens and fall color. And I was just driving back up this road, and I pulled over, and I saw this scene out here, and it's a little hard to tell. I'll get some video. In fact, let me switch over to, oops, just turn the camera off. Guys, my brain is so fried, it's not even funny. Let me switch over to video mode here and show you guys what I'm seeing. So what you guys are going to be seeing on the screen right here is a 16 by 9 vertical composition. That's not how I'm shooting this. I'm actually shooting it. I do have the camera set up vertically, but that was just the best way for me to kind of dial in my eye and dial in the image. I actually have it cropped down to a square 1:1 crop. So let me just talk to you guys what I'm seeing right here. And what really drew me to this, after kind of pulling over because I thought there had to be something here. What really drew me to this scene was these two kind of trees right here, and if you can see, they make kind of a V arc going out, and then we've got these two other little trees right here that kind of anchor the right side of the screen. And those give some kind of cool I don't want to use the word abstract because it's not abstract, but some kind of cool just foundation to the scene. But what I'm really interested in is the light that is hitting all of these aspen leaves up here. We've got some nice backlighting going on right now. Again, what do you do when it's a blue sky day? Look for backlighting, I guess. So that is really what kind of drew my eye to this scene right here. So here you guys can see this is what the image actually looks like. I've got that square crop going on. And I've been watching a lot of Adam Gibbs videos lately on YouTube, and what really drew me to the scene was the light hitting those aspens. Now, is this a perfect photo? No, no. Definitely, I wouldn't call this a perfect photo. There's a lot of clutter kind of going on in the background there. I'm shooting this at f5.6, which is as wide as this lens will go, zoomed all the way out to, what are we at? Probably around 90, 95 millimeters on this lens, maybe closer to 100. Um, but you know what? It's not bad, and it's an interesting. It's hard to see the wood through the trees sometimes when you're doing forest photography, and definitely with aspens because they grow in so close together. They're like weeds almost. So, but you know what? For just a roadside image that I'm gonna take one more shot here. For a roadside image that I just kind of came across, not too bad. So, got that in the bag. I'm gonna kind of look around here and see if I can find some other photos. We might start heading back up the road. I don't know, but still plenty of daylight left. Alrighty, well, we've got that image in the bag. Again, not a fantastic image, but could have done worse, honestly, given the fact that, exploring an area that I may have been up here once before, but I do not remember it. So, checking out a new place. But I'm trying to decide if I want to just kind of hang around this area and see what else I can find, or go back up Highway 67. I didn't drink enough caffeine today. I know some decent spots around Highway 67, but they're also swarmed with tourists and swarmed with leaf peepers. So, decisions. I can't talk. Oh, God, this is going to be a rough one, guys. All right. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to jump back in the car here. Let's see what else we can find. All right, so we left that spot. I wasn't finding anything else that really intrigued me. And we've come up the road probably 2-3 miles, maybe a little bit more. And we pulled over to this one pull-off because I've seen a couple of images that intrigue me. And I know this is probably one of the most boring fall color videos ever because I'm not doing a bunch of hiking or a bunch of, whatever. This is mostly roadside stuff. But you know what? Colorado probably is one of the best spots to do just, boring roadside fall photography. But anyway, the point I was trying to get to was I've been driving along this road and I spotted a couple of images, possible images, that are down this way. And so we'll go down this embankment here in just a minute and check those out. But really quickly, as I was walking back to my car to grab my camera bag, I noticed, it might be a little hard to point out, but there's this grove of aspen trees out here that they're this really almost like orangey yellow color. In fact, they might have some brown leaves in them. I've been noticing a lot of the fall color that's been what's the word I'm trying to say here? A lot of the fall color I've been noticing, been a lot of brown and dead leaves. And I don't know, we did have that really freak snowstorm a few weeks ago. So I remember seeing in the Farmer's Almanac or somewhere that would have an impact on fall color, that we'd have a bunch of like trees with more dead leaves than kind of the nice glowing yellow leaves. But there's this one grove there's this one grove out there, and I look at it, and in my mind I'm envisioning a kind of, I want to say a square, maybe a 4 or 5 or a 4:3 image. You can tell I've been watching a lot of different like YouTube videos, Adam Gibbs, Thomas Heaton, where they're all playing around with different crops and not sticking with the traditional, 3:2 aspect ratio, which I think that's kind of cool. It reminds me of like the old, photos you see out of old magazines and film cameras and that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna drop my backpack here real quick and get my I'm probably, honestly, I could probably shoot this with the 70 to 200. I may get out the 150 to 600. We'll see. I probably don't need that focal length. I brought it with me because, sometimes it's really nice to have that super reach to reach across, reach across valleys. But yeah, I'm going to drop my camera. No, I'm not going to drop my camera. I'm going to drop my tripod right here and see what this image looks like. Okay, oops, sorry about that, guys. I don't mean to be in complete darkness here. Let's dial that back a little bit. Okay, there we go, without blowing out my highlights here. So, remember how I was talking about that composition? Well, as soon as I put the camera on the tripod and kind of took a look at it, I realized it didn't really work. I've shot a similar composition to that before where the light and the bareness of the bottom of the trees really worked well. I think it was a panorama actually from last year, but compositionally this time it didn't work because I had too much. I couldn't exclude enough of the foreground. I couldn't exclude this tree that was to the right of them. So I've abandoned that composition, and actually I'm going to switch this over to video mode here and just show you guys what I'm seeing. And remember, keep in mind that this is a 16:9. The aspect ratio I'm going to be shooting this at, I'm actually shooting it at a 4:3. But anyway, let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. So if you're looking at this screen right here, we've got this small, looks like probably about 3 aspen trees over here on the left hand side. And again, keep in mind that this is a 4:3, not a 16:9. So I've got a little bit more room up top and a little bit more room up at down at the bottom. So, and that group of leaves off to the left there, those are not going to be in the final image. Those are getting cut off. So, but here's why I like this image. We've got this group of trees right here. The light, again, we've got some pretty direct light today. So, not getting a lot of patchiness or whatever, but I do like that it's lighting up the trees. And then we've got that dark shaded background behind it with all the kind of taller aspen trees with the bare trunks. And then we've got that line of the hill that's coming through. So I really, really like, and again, I would use my finger to show you guys, but I'm zoomed in at like 100 millimeters, so it doesn't look all that great. When I try to do that, it's just this weird blob up in front of the screen. So, but I do like this image. Again, I don't think it's a perfect image, and here's why. My main concern, yes, I've got some shadow back there, so I am getting some separation, but as you get higher, the leaves of the small aspen trees are getting lost in the bigger aspen trees. And I'm shooting this at f4, ISO 100, shutter speed 1/500th of a second. And there's separation with the trunks, but I'm not seeing separation once the leaves kind of, mix in with the background. Anyway, yeah, shooting this at around roughly, I'd say, yeah, we're at 100 millimeters or just before 100 millimeters. And I'm gonna 10-second timer because it's a little blustery. So I'm just gonna give it a little time. I find, especially because I'm heavy-handed when I hit the shutter, it shakes a little bit more. I do have a cable release, but I just don't like that thing. It's not a very good cable release. So yeah, not a bad image. Don't know. Again, I don't want to second guess and say right away, oh, I don't like it, but I don't think it's portfolio worthy, but we'll see. We'll see. I've said that about many images before, and I've gotten them edited, and I've completely changed my mind about them. So, fingers crossed. Dear Santa, for Christmas, I would like a really tall tripod that doesn't have a center column. What? Wait, you're saying I haven't been a good enough boy this year? Okay, well, I thought I'd try. Anyway, so I've brought out the big guns. I knew there was a reason I brought this lens along with me. Although, to be perfectly honest, right now, I'm not sure I need it for this specific image because it's at 150 mil and I can reach that with my 70 to 200. But the stabilization on this thing, especially with the wind I'm getting right now, it's pretty darn good. So, got the Tamron to 150 to 600 out. God, I make that mistake all the time. And gone for a vertical composition. And out there, you probably can't see it on this camera, but there is a aspen tree that's kind of surrounded by some pine trees. I don't know what kind of pine trees. Again, I have no idea how to identify different trees. I am not, I didn't do so well in herbology at Hogwarts. But anyway, I saw this while I was kind of scouting around, and I thought, you know what, that would be a pretty cool image. Why not just take a chance and see. Again, I make these faces because I want perfection, because I don't get out to shoot all that often right now, and I'm not sure I'm getting it. It's interesting because the top kind of portion of this tree, where most of the leaves are, is getting hit with some sunlight. Again, I'll switch over to my video setting here on my camera so you guys can take a look here. Again, sorry for the vertical orientation. Remember, got a little bit more room either side because I'm shooting this at a 3:2 aspect ratio. I tried it at a 4:3 and a 1:1. The 3:2 honestly worked the best. So sometimes normal works. The light is getting lower and lower because the sun's starting to get lower and lower in the sky. We're still a few hours from sunset. But I really like the play that the light has on top of the tree right there. But what I'm running into is a really difficult dynamic range situation. Because I've got really bright highlights with those leaves, but then I got really, really dark shadows down there near the bottom of the tree. So I've manually exposed 2 different images, a brighter image for the shadows and a darker image for the highlights. I might not need that brighter exposure. I may be able to pull out enough shadow detail in the darker exposure, but we're not gonna put all our chips in that basket. Is that the saying? I don't know. We're not gonna bet all our chips on that. So, again, not terrible. There's a little bit, if you guys notice, up there in the corner there, we've got a little bit of bright sky. I might clone that out. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to clone that out. So, sorry for the tomfoolery, anybody who calls me out on that, but it's going to be this little corner of distracting sky, and I don't want that. So, overall, again, today, it's just good to get out and actually be shooting. I don't really care if I come away with any good portfolio images, but, I mean, you never know. So, not a bad image. Again, a few things I would like differently, but hey, you can't ask for everything, right? I mean, you can, but you're not going to get it. So one of the best parts about doing roadside photography is that as long as you have a place to pull over, it makes scouting really, really fun and really, really easy. I am going to flip this over. I feel like I've been saying that this entire video, probably because I have. I'm going to flip this over to video real fast and show you guys this image that I actually saw while I was driving down this road, down to where I first checked in with you guys. This was something, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, I slowed down, I took a look, I thought it was really kind of cool. As you guys can see on the screen here, we've got this grove of kind of young aspen trees, and we've got all these boulders mixed in with them. And I was just like, ooh, I've got to come back and shoot that shot. And now that we're getting closer to sunset, I can see the sun. We've got maybe an hour and a half till sunset. We've got nice light hitting the scene right there, and it's a really. I think it's just. I think. What is wrong with me today? I think this is a really cool image. You know, it's just there's just something about it that just it's hard to describe. It's just kind of picturesque, maybe something you'd see on somebody's wall in a painting or something like that. So just really, really cool. I've cropped this to a 1-to-1 image. I've really been enjoying cropping my photos lately. Did I already mention that? Worth saying again, but 1-to-1 image, and it really draws your focus to what the image is. I'm shooting this out at 200, just past 250 mil, probably 200 and probably somewhere around 260 mil. So the big gun is coming handy today. So really, really neat image. I'm hoping maybe I can get one more out of today. The sun is starting to go down, and I do want to get back to Colorado Springs and enjoy a decent meal, because again, there's not going to be any sunset photos today. I had thought about staying out for Astro, but I've got to get up super early in the morning, so I don't want to be exhausted. So, but yeah, can't really complain too hard now. Okay, so I thought I was done for the day, but then I saw this clearing as I was, or not. It's not a clearing. It's a aspen grove. It's right next to the road, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pull over for just a second, and I'm going to wait for a very loud car to go by. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. And I thought I would just come down here and check it out. And I tried playing around with some different compositions inside the aspens and getting some really different, no, I don't know about different, but kind of cool fall aspen trees and leaves on the ground. But I just couldn't make it work. I thought I could make something, thought I could pull something out of my hat, but I just couldn't. So I was going to walk back to my car. Then I noticed this kind of embankment right here, and we've got all these stones down here because this embankment looks like it's kind of been built up. It could be, I don't think it's natural. It could be a dirt road or something on top of it, but there's aspen leaves and kind of just fall debris all over this, these rocks down here. And just kind of move around my tripod a little bit, and so we got this cluster of rocks right here, and I really kind of like the shape and the angle that some of these rocks have, and I thought, you know what, I might be able to get a decent image out of this. So I've taken a couple of shots. I like that we've got all the fall leaves on here and some of the sticks and debris. So I don't know. It could be something interesting. Could be something different. I'm looking at the back of my LCD. Get rid of all this junk on here, and I don't hate it. I think it could be kind of interesting. It's going to take some work in Photoshop and Lightroom to get a little bit something extra out of this, maybe. But I don't know. You always got to have that one different shot, right? Everybody's got to have that one different shot in their day. the day, and then I keep finding more images to shoot. Oh man, this is not turning into a bust of a day. Whether or not I have a good portfolio shot, that's a more debatable story, but I'm certainly not leaving today without a photo. So, remember how I said earlier that I was having trouble finding a composition in this cluster of aspen trees? Well, I'm walking back to the car, and then I see this downed log right here. And lo and behold, that actually kind of gives me a nice central focus leading line, whatever the heck you want to call it, into this image. The light is gone. The sun has gone behind the mountains here, and the temperature's getting cooler. My stomach is growling, which tells me I need to start thinking about getting home and getting some food in my belly. But I couldn't walk away from this shot. So what I've got right here is we've got this log that's leading you from kind of the bottom left into the top right of the image. In fact, let me turn the camera around here. Hopefully you guys can see this. There we go. So we've got that log right here that's leading from the bottom corner of the image up to this other tree right here. And then we've got this second tree. Let me get rid of my level adjustment there. Get my focus point out of the way. And so we've got this second tree right here, which looks like it's two different trees. Or it's the same tree, but it's got two different trunks. So it's shooting up into the sky there. And then we've got some more aspen trees in the background, and it's just kind of falling off into the distance there. I'm shooting this at, turn you back around here, I'm shooting this at f11, and I am at 1 second ISO 100, really low on my battery. I've excluded I've excluded the sky because that would be distracting. That does mean I don't see a lot of the yellow leaves up at the top of this grove, but you know what? We've got so much leaf debris on the ground. I don't know, it's a chaotic cluster, but I feel like there might be something here. A little dodging and burning, and I keep saying that in Lightroom and Photoshop, and I think we might have the workings of a decent image here. Again, I've cropped it down a little bit to a 4:3. Might knock that down to a 4:5. We will see. I am just really quickly, what am I trying to do here? Don't need a 10-second timer because there's no wind down here. So a 2-second timer, focusing on that trunk that tree with the two trunks. And I'm taking one more shot just to safety shot right there. So, okay, I think now we're done with the day. It is officially time to get back home. My stomach is making the command decision. Whew, but I am feeling so happy about today now. I know I said this a couple times, but I did not come out today thinking I was really gonna have much success at all. And you know, woodland photography is a struggle for everybody, I think, unless you're Simon Baxter. That man was just born to do woodland photography. But I've come away with a few shots today that I'm pretty happy with, I think. It's gotten better as the day has gone on. And what more can you ask for, right? So, time to get back to the car, time to get home, time to eat dinner. So, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. If you, I'm out of breath. I need to get back in shape. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed. Don't know what more content I'm gonna have coming. There's gonna be something. I just never know what I'm gonna be able to get out these days. So, until next time, I will see y'all out on the trail.